We've ranked love, we've ranked courage, and we've ranked kindness, and now it's time to bring it all back, as I embrace one of the most wonderful parts of my life and one of the cooler crests of the Digimon franchise, because today I'm going to be ranking all the Crest of Friendship Evolutions. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and yes, my Crest of Friendship Evolution rankings. Are you liking this video and subscribing to my channel? If you are, that's very sexy of you. Warning, this video contains mild spoilers for Digimon Adventure 2020 and Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna, so you're not allowed to complain if you get spoiled, okay? So some quick provisos, I will not be ranking anything from the Vmon line apart from Raidramon for this video, because I already covered Vmon and all of its regular evolutions over in the Courage video. I will also re-rank Omnimon and Alter S given how I currently feel about them, but I have no new feelings on Merciful Mode and things like that, so if you want to see them, do go check out the Courage Evolutions ranking, which will probably be in a card on screen or something. Alright, without further ado, let's begin with Punimon, and yeah, Jelly, or Jello for the Americans. I don't know, you know, he's fine, he's a little baby, beef a baby, there's nothing crazy to be said here, you know, he's a cute little, I like him just as much as I like Bottomon, he's fine. Sunamon, however, Sunamon. One of my absolute favorite in training Digimon. I think my favorite in training of adventure, obviously 02 has Leafmon and Minomon, so Minomon is my favorite in training. But out of the original 8, you know, I think absolutely my favorite in training. It's got a giant Elvis horn. Elvis horn sounds wrong. It's got a giant horn on its head is what I'm... It's very cool.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Anyways, my favorite in training, probably my favorite Gabumon Prevo, it just fits so nicely into Gabumon while feeling unique. It is kind of still, you know, a head with a horn on it, so it does kind of fit into that thing where sometimes I'm a little bit annoyed when in trainings literally just look like the rookie's head got cut off, but Sunamon has a different coloration. I will say the thing that I find interesting about Sunamon is it does seem to further imply that Gabumon is actually a beast Digimon, when actually it's a lizard or reptile wearing Garurumon clothing, so Sunamon does kind of make Gabumon feel even more weirdly unique in its own evolution line, but I think that's absolutely fine because I love it regardless. It's going in S tier. Next is Gabumon. Gabumon is my favorite rookie in the Digimon Adventure. He actually legitimately is. Out of all of at least the first 7 kids, Gabumon is my favorite. Gabumon is pretty good. Proto's like, oh, what? Who said that? But I think Gabumon is my favorite rookie. In Digimon World 1, when I was a kid, you always had the option to choose whether you preferred daytime or nighttime, and I always chose nighttime because I wanted Gabumon, and that love really hasn't gone away. He's also kind of super fascinating, like I touched on just before with the whole wearing a Garurumon pelt thing, so I think there's so much lore potential in Gabumon that we've still not fully seen explored. S tier. I'm starting to reevaluate how liberal I am with the S tier. Should I put them in? No, I fucking love them. I love them. They're going in S tier. Next up, though, is Garurumon, who I do like. I think Garurumon is very cool. I think I probably still prefer him to Greymon. Definitely prefer him to Bergermon. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I feel like I like Garurumon conceptually and possibly more in the context of video games. But the way he is sort of drawn in Adventure itself as the anime in the context of the Friendship Evo is a little weird, especially original 1999 Adventure. 2020 Adventure actually has a lot more cool moments with Garurumon, and that version of Garurumon is way more tied to the Crest of Friendship because that season every power-up and every evolution is Crest related. I think I'm gonna give him an A. Sure, why not? Next is Garurumon, and this is the poster child for Pokemon kids who made fun of Digimon. Before we had Gundramon and Gargomon that kids could make fun of, I always feel like Garurumon, people were like, he's got genes and he's standing up straight, what the hell? And I do like him, but he's super goofy, bro. Garurumon is the most goofy looking ultimate, I think, of the original kids. Do I believe that? Yeah, honestly, I really do.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I like him, and I sort of adore the fact that he's so goofy. I'm gonna put him in B with Punimon. I really want to give him more in many ways, but he rides that line where sometimes I'm like, yo, Garurumon, cool, and sometimes I'm like, oh no, put him away. But Garurumon Sagittarius mode is just full fucking goof troop. I'm sorry. If you compare him to Garurumon X Antibody, who he is heavily based on, or even Malgarurumon X Antibody, this dude, look at this dude. He's just Garurumon but with wings, and it's I don't know, man, he's so stupid. I'm gonna put him in B below regular Garurumon. I kind of love it, but he's also just fucking stupid. Next up is Metal Garurumon, and I'm pretty sure this is my favorite evolution in the sort of main Gabumon line. It's definitely not my favorite mega in Digimon Adventure. I think War Greymon actually slightly eclipses it for me. Obviously, the angels are very cool. I think the only thing for me is that either Where Garurumon should have remained quadrupedal, or Metal Garurumon should have remained bipedal, coming from Where Garurumon. I think it's more interesting if the two parts of Omnimon is like one bipedal character and one quadrupedal character, so I'd actually prefer it if Where Garurumon was quadrupedal, so therefore that's why Where Garurumon is in B, so therefore I will put Metal Garurumon in A. I really had to turn the cogs of my own mind there to decide how I felt about this Digimon. I'm actually going to put it above regular Garurumon because it honestly, if anything, feels like it should digivolve directly from Garurumon. Next is Crest Garurumon, who became a confirmed alternate mega for Garurumon / Gabumon in Digimon Adventure 2020. I like Crest Garurumon. I like the idea of taking the two elements of Omnimon, so the like Grey Sword and the Garuru Cannon, and swapping them round for their megas, but I definitely don't prefer it to Metal Garurumon. But it is one of the ones that I find more iconic of the Garurumon family, so I'm gonna put it in A below Garuru. Can you tell I like Friendship Evos? Has that settled in yet? So like I said, I already did Omnimon and Alter S in the Courage ranking video. My opinions largely haven't changed, other than that I'm kind of underwhelmed by Alter S now too. I think I was so excited for Alter S potentially showing up in Digimon Adventure 2020. And while it was still cool, and while Alter S is still my favorite Omnimon variant, I'm gonna say yes for right now. I am still sort of overexposed to Omnimon, but I have to recognize that they are kind of the OGs. So what I'm gonna do is actually put both Omnimons at A. They would, at this stage, in my current opinion, be sort of this end of the A scale, but they're going to go there for now, and then we'll see what happens when we rank more Digimon. Again, if you'd like to see my previous rankings of them, you can go watch that Courage video, as well as seeing like Vmon and stuff like that. Next up, and this picture has cut its head off, is Gabumon Bond of Friendship from Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna. I do marginally prefer Gabumon Bond of Friendship to Agumon Bond of Bravery, I guess they're calling it in the dub, even though it's meant to be Bond of Courage. I hate that. I think his design is just a little bit more interesting. It feels a little bit more unique and a little bit less creepy than the kind of, well, you can see here, the humanoid ripped Agumon. Like, just in general, it's more dynamic. Like, if you look at this official art, you can see like the wing blades and stuff. I definitely still don't love the bonds, but out of the two, I much prefer Gabumon Bond of Friendship. It also kind of reminds me of like Lobomon and stuff, which I think is probably intentional. You could say the same of Agumon, sure, but I actually like this quite a bit. I honestly probably prefer visually Bond of Friendship to Where Garurumon and Where Garurumon Sagittarius mode. I think I'm gonna put it right alongside Crest Garurumon. I think I'm gonna put it like that. I don't like it in the context of Last Evolution Kizuna. I wish it was a biomerge or something like that, but like as a design and in the context of Matt's friendship, I think it does actually fold in a lot more elements of the Crest of Friendship. So yeah, let's put it in at A. Almost tied with Crest Garurumon. Then we got Ragermon. That was easy. Ragermon is like probably my favorite Armor Digimon. Do I want to say that? Probably not my favorite Armor Digimon. Definitely my favorite Vmon Armor Digimon that we saw in Digimon Adventure 02. There's really not much to be said here. Like, it's such a emblematic part of our friendship that Proto's favorite Vmon armor is Flamedramon and my favorite is Ragermon. It's S tier, sorry. Then is Kenkimon, and Bob the Builder, can we fix it? This is a friendship armor, which as you can see is a potential Armadillomon friendship Evo in like side media, World Dawn and Dusk in this instance. I think it can also digivolve from, yeah, Black Gabumon, Gabumon, and Gabumon X. So this is supposed to be Gabumon with the Digi-Egg of friendship. Also Solomon, which makes more sense. I don't know, man, like... I think acting as Gabumon's friendship Evo is super weird. Obviously, there's Kita Kitsunemon in that like audio drama where they all swapped around Digi-Eggs and stuff. It doesn't really count. The idea is supposed to be, I believe, that friendship's like electricity. Friendship is either electricity or ice a lot of the time. The electricity of friendship is like what powers its machinery. There's also like the pun of like, you know, building things together, building a friendship, whatever.
He said it! He said it!
But ostensibly it's just electricity. It's a really cool design as far as like friendship armors go, especially for like Armadillomon. I can see it tying into something like Digmon. It is sort of adjacent to Digmon. So I kind of dig it for Armadillomon, pun intended. Not so much for any of the Gabumons. This is tough. I'm gonna put it in A. I'm sorry, this is gonna be a really A heavy episode. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't worry, something's coming up. Now, I have to include Pylevolcamon here. And you might be thinking, why the hell is Pylevolcamon on this list? Well, According to one card in the old Digimon card game, like Hyper Colosseum, Volcamon, who can just regularly Digivolve to Power Volcamon, can also become Power Volcamon with the Digi-Egg of Friendship. Power Volcamon's a great Digimon. What the fuck does it know about friendship? Like, even if you look at its, like, reference book listing, it's not like it got, like, power from its friends or anything. It's just, like, kind of a loner who got really good at pro wrestling. Like, there's not really any connection there. Honestly, it feels more like a courage evolution than a friendship one at this rate. But you know, it's F, D, F, no, everywhere but D apparently. I'm gonna put it in D. Next up is Bitmon or Rabbitmon. Really good Digimon. Visually an armor Digimon that I think actually looks like an armor Digimon, which is surprisingly rare. I don't know whether I like it as a friendship Evo. Visually, I think it has more in common with something like Sheepmon that you might see in Hope, but also kind of looks like it should fit in somewhere like with Sihomon or Mambomon in light. Like, get rid of those two and make Rabbitmon a light evolution. Feels kind of like it's got more in common with Gatomon, which makes sense because it is Gatomon's friendship Evo. So yeah, again, if we look at the reference book listing translated by Wikimon, there's really not a ton here that makes it stand out as like friendship. It has the power of the Digimantle of Friendship, but honestly, most of its stuff is about digging and gathering minerals. It is gentle and would let an enemy pass while keeping calm. So like, it's not a bad friendship Evo necessarily. I think it does definitely work for Gatomon. Maybe if it was blue, I would like it better. Maybe that's the only reason I don't think it works. I don't know, I still think it's pretty good. I'm gonna put it in at a middle of the road B. Yeah, let's put it there. B for Bitmon. Why not? Then is Rinkmon, and this is my second favorite friendship evolution. It is phenomenal. It is Hawkmon with the Digi-Egg of Friendship, which, like, honestly, Hawkmon does pretty well for armor evolutions across the board. Yeah, does really well. Even though I don't particularly like Alomon visually, I get the reference to dinosaurs. Rinkmon is super cool. A ice skating Digimon is super unique as a concept. It looks amazing. One of those that I wish had been in 02, and just really folds in a ton of that stuff that you see in Raidramon. That like electric element, but it does reference the ice with the fact that it's an ice skater. I almost feel like this was cut from 02. It's so good that I'm so mad we barely see it. Yeah, it's going in S, low S. And then is Sepicmon, and I'm not gonna like make any of the comments or fold in why I'm uncomfortable talking about this Digimon. There's nothing I can say that won't be misinterpreted. What I will say is that it does not work with friendship at all. It can Digivolve from Armadillomon, doesn't work for me. It seemingly is like the original friendship Evo for Armadillomon. I wonder why they revised it to Kenkimon in the D3 version 3. And ignoring all of the like IRL oofs that might arise, I'm not an expert on this stuff. Like, there's like Feathers of Hawkmon here, which might be more appropriate. There's some sort of stuff you could say is Crest of Sincerity. It maybe even could look like a Digi-Egg of Courage evolution. Sure as shit does not work as a friendship Evo, so Sepicmon is getting an F, and that's the last time I'm ever going to talk about it, probably. I feel like someone's going to kick off at me for implying that Sepicmon is an oof. I'm not even necessarily saying it's an objective oof. I just am not the person to comment on whether it's an oof. Other than the fact that it doesn't work as a Digi-Egg of Friendship Evo. Next up is Stegomon. Much prefer this one. Stegomon is Patamon with a Digi-Egg of Friendship, which sort of works. You know, Patamon has Pegasusmon going on, so there's sort of the vibes of Ancient going on, kinda. I don't know, I think it works okay. I really feel like it should be either a Courage Evo, again referencing the kind of like dinosaur vibes, or maybe even something for Sincerity, maybe? There are spikes, which weirdly does seem to be one of the sort of underhand themes of the friendship armors. Lightning and ice are a big part of friendship in general, but I think because Gabumon and Sunamon have a horn, they interpreted one of the important friendship like qualities visually as being horns or spikes. You can see it in Raidramon, you can see it in Rinkmon, Togemogumon, Thunderbirdmon, and Stegomon. It's like a fairly common thing for them to be spiky, I guess possibly because of Thunderbolts as well. I don't know, I think it kind of fits the theme. Again, it could have easily been blue and that would have made it better. I don't know why it's green, like a Stegosaurus is inherently green, not really. I'm gonna put it in C, it's middle of the road. C for I guess. And then it's Thunderbirdmon. I love this dude. It digivolves from Gotsumon X, Impmon, which, by the way, if you look at Impmon and Thunderbirdmon side by side, they really do feel like they should be part of an evolution family. It's kind of crazy. I really like Thunderbirdmon. I think the only thing that's actually disappointing is I wish that it digivolved from Hawkmon with the Digi-Egg of Friendship, because as good as Rinkmon is, I think you could have easily given that to kind of anyone else. I don't know. Either way, I love Thunderbirdmon. And I'm gonna put it up in A alongside, yeah, like, yeah, I think it might be my favorite, honestly, in the A category. Yeah. And finally is Togemogumon. This is Wormmon with the Digi-Egg of Friendship. For every time that the Digi-Egg of Kindness has let me down, Togemogumon and Shadramon have filled me with joy. The fact that Wormmon gets 2 armors which are so perfect, using specifically Davis's 2 Digi-Eggs. Actually, all 3 of Davis's Digi-Eggs, because he even gets Kongomon with the Digi-Egg of Miracles. If Shadramon is one of the most perfect courage armors we could have gotten for Wormmon, Togemogumon is super close. It's a hedgehog, which Wormmon isn't, but you know, worms in the bushes, hedgehogs in the hedge bushes. There's something there in my brain that makes sense. And obviously being visually similar to Raidramon, having the Crest of Friendship on its leg, but being a completely different creature, I think is really cool. The crystals actually are supposed to be ice crystals in this case, which again is great because Raidramon is so heavily electric based or thunder based. It's nice to invert that and reference the other main element, especially the element of Gabumon and its evolutions, that being ice. Also, I just realized this, but Togemogumon was adapted from a winning Digimon entry in the Digimon Web dot art contest. So a fan made this. A fan made a Wormmon armor. Very cool. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's Wormmon. It's friendship. It's ice. It's an S. It's an S. But that is it. Those are my rankings of the Crest of Friendship evolutions, and I think everything's pretty solid. If you look at the tier list, you can definitely tell that Friendship is my probably favorite Digimental, and Crest to an extent. But I think I was reasonably fair. The link to the tier list is in the description down below, so you can take it yourself and let me know how you did, either in the comments or on Twitter at Karn_EX. But if you don't want to do the ranking, just tell me your favorite Friendship Digimon in the comments below, or tell me how wrong I am about my rankings. Remember, opinion is subjective, okay? Thank you to my wonderful Sovereign ZDK14, all my amazing Digidestined Tamers and Karn Club members, and you for watching, and I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.